This is USVI News, your Virgin Islands connection.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for USVI News. I'm Emily Matson. On St. Croix, Virgin Islands police are investigating what they are calling a justifiable shooting in Barron Spot. It happened Saturday just before noon at the Barron Spot Village Mall. Police say a man stepped out of his business and saw another man walking towards him aggressively, holding an object in his hands and saying, "I'm going to kill you." The man drew his firearm, which police say he was legally licensed to carry, and fired 2 shots at the man, who's identified as 44-year-old Michael Brathwaite. Brathwaite then dropped a rock, which was in his hand, turned to run, and then fell to the ground, according to police. Investigators say the business owner has been cooperating with the police investigation. He gave a statement and handed over his gun for evidence. According to the preliminary evidence, police say the shooting was justified, although it does remain under investigation. A St. Croix woman's arrested for allegedly defrauding her elderly father. 45-year-old Wanda Reyes is facing charges of obtaining money by false pretenses and grand larceny. The charges stem from an investigation by the Economic Crimes Unit, which started back in August. Investigators say Reyes defrauded her elderly father by taking him to a bank and having him do 2 separate cash withdrawals of $1,000, knowing he suffers from Alzheimer's and was incapable to provide consent. Reyes is behind bars with bonds set at $20 grand. As we begin a new week, active COVID-19 cases remain a bit high. The VI Department of Health is calling on the public to continue practicing COVID safety measures as active cases have been on an upward trend territory-wide in the last couple of weeks. According to the latest numbers from the VI Department of Health, there are currently 84 active cases throughout the territory, with 64 on St. Croix, 20 active cases on St. Thomas, which is actually down from last week, and currently still no active cases reported on St. John. Meantime, U.S. hospitals are now more full than they've been since the start of the pandemic. Parents and pharmacists are also saying in many parts of the country it's getting harder to find pain and fever medication for sick children. Mike Valerio has the very latest on the triple-demic of flu, RSV, and COVID.
With U.S. hospitals filling up and pharmacy shelves thinning out, the country confronts a triple-demic of flu, RSV, and COVID-19. Today, a new vaccination push by the White House and First Lady Jill Biden.
The most important thing you can do to prepare for your holidays is to get your updated COVID vaccine.
About 80% of hospital beds are now in use nationwide, the highest level since the Omicron surge in January. But just 6% of beds are in use by COVID patients. The American Hospital Association says an influx of flu patients is a key reason why hospitals are filling up. Doctors are urging more people to get their flu shots.
40 to 50% of the population that's eligible has only taken the flu vaccine. Vaccines that sit on a shelf are of no use. It's vaccines that are in people's arms.
Adding to the problems, widespread medical staff shortages and a backlog of patients who delayed care for years. As parents look for medicine to take care of their kids at home, many have found store shelves close to bare.
Really hard to order Tylenol, generic brand, ibuprofen, generic brand, cough syrup, especially for kids.
The current COVID wave isn't as large as the last surges, but here in Los Angeles County, home to nearly 10 million people, COVID metrics are rising. LA County's top health official said she feels more hopeful that metrics might improve and a potential indoor mask mandate may be avoided.
On St. Thomas, a man is arrested after police say he discharged a gun at a woman. 32-year-old Andrew Reed is facing lots of charges, including assault, reckless endangerment, and numerous weapons charges. Investigators say on Saturday around 8:30 at night, police responded to a call of shots fired. When they arrived at the scene, a woman told police that Reed had hit her in the chest, then pointed and discharged a gun at her. She was fortunately not hit by the gunfire. Reed is behind bars under a $150,000 bond. A St. Croix business owner is arrested on assault and gun charges. 40-year-old Jamal Mingo is facing several weapons charges, reckless endangerment, and assault. Last Tuesday, police say he got into an altercation with his child's mother at his place of business and fired a gunshot in the air. and also waved and pointed that firearm at a family member. Police say Mingo was intoxicated when he got into a verbal, then physical altercation with some females at the business. They also say he does not have a license to carry a firearm. He's behind bars under a $100,000 bond. And a well-known charter boat operator on St. Thomas is facing domestic assault charges after an incident last week. Police say 41-year-old Adam Reeve is facing several assault charges and destruction of property. Investigators say he assaulted his girlfriend by strangling her and punching her in the face. He also allegedly damaged her cell phone. After posting $1,000 cash bond, Reeve was released from custody. The oldest African-American theater in the country is putting on a spirited production in hopes of bringing the community together during this holiday season. Tanisha Cordell reports.
Lights, camera, action.
I'm a part of history.
Caribou House is back at its sister theater, Playhouse Square.
It's about community connecting and cultural arts organizations coming together to celebrate.
A full circle moment for the historic theater and its cast that we caught during rehearsal.
When I was younger, I used to come and see performances here all the time. Lion King, Chicago, other Broadway shows, and I always thought that it would be me up there one day. So just to be able to perform on the same stage as other big name shows is a blessing.
Now the moment is here.
My grandparents are coming on the first night, then my mom is coming the rest of the weekend. Family, friends, I'm super excited to be here.
With 12 vocalists and 6 dancers, the special home team is presenting Black Nativity.
We have a history of doing the production off-site. So returning to Playhouse Square in almost 40 years is just a gift.
Originally written by Langston Hughes, the production retells the poet's faith-filled nativity story performed by an all-Black cast, as we're told, and witnessed behind the scenes. This hand clap, toe clap, soul-stirring celebration is one you will not want to miss.
You're going to hear new arrangements of old gospels and spirituals, and you're going to see the community coming together as a whole to celebrate the holiday season.
For me, it always just brings a sense of joy. So I hope people leave with that. I hope people cry, I hope people smile, I hope people just enjoy themselves overall.
Looks like it's going to be a great production. Virgin Islands Governor Albert Bryan Jr. is inviting families to the annual Governor's Children Christmas Drive-Thru happening all this week. Santa Claus will be on hand along with toys, treats, giveaways, music, and more. On St. Croix, it's happening Monday, December 12th from 6 to 9 p.m. on King Street in Christiansted. Tuesday, December 13th, families on St. John can attend in downtown Cruz Bay, also from 6 to 9. And the fun set for Wednesday this week on St. Thomas, December 14th, at same time at the Haven Site Mall. Going to be a lot of fun as it is every year.